Hi, fourth graders. Today for English, you're going to be working with some more adjectives and adverbs. Specifically, we're going to be looking at adjectives and adverbs that compare. Words that end in ER and EST are used to compare. Use ER and EST to compare how things are alike and different. Both adjectives and adverbs can use ER or EST to compare. Adjectives may be used to compare two or more people, places, or things, because obviously an adjective describes a noun. So an adjective that ends in ER, EST is still going to be describing a noun. Like this sentence, an orange is larger than a lemon. We're comparing the orange and the lemon, two things. So this would be an adjective. Adverbs may be used to compare two or more actions. Like this one, Nikki ran faster than Calvin did. Nikki is running, Callan is running, but faster is telling us how they ran. Add the suffix er to shorten adjectives or adverbs that compare to. Her dog is bigger than mine. We've got two things being compared, one dog and another dog, so we use er. We add est to compare more than two. George is the fastest of all the runners. There's a whole group of people running. He's the fastest. ER goes with two. EST, anything more than two. Some adjectives change spelling of the word when you add ER or EST. Adverbs do not change their spellings. When an adjective ends in a consonant and a Y, change the Y to I before adding ER or EST. Like the word tiny, you have a consonant and a Y. So tiny becomes tiniest, putting an I instead of a Y. When an adjective ends with an E, drop the E before adding ER or EST. When an adjective has only one vowel and ends in a consonant, double the final consonant before adding ER or EST. Like big, bigger has two G's. So on our page today, 245, we're going to write the ER and EST forms of each of the adjectives or adverbs. So funny ends in a Y, so we've got to change that Y to an I and add ER and EST. 2, slow, we just need to add ER, EST. Number 3 is cool, so you need to have cooler, C-O-O-L-E-R. And coolest, C-O-O-L-E-S-T. Number 4, the red racer snake moves the faster or fastest of any desert snake. We need to underline the correct adjective or adverb in the sentence. So we have to look at how many things are being compared. We have the red racer snake, and we have of any other desert snake. So this is going to be more than 2, so we're going to use fastest. The temperature in desert regions is hotter or hottest than in the mountain regions. Well, we have desert regions, mountain regions, 2 places, so we're going to use hotter. Number 6, the cactus is a sturdier or sturdiest plant than a pine tree because it stores water. You're comparing a cactus and a pine tree, 2 things, so you choose sturdier. Then number 7, we're going to write the adjective or adverb form of the word in parentheses to compare the animals. A dingo is a blank desert animal than an armadillo lizard. We've got 2 things being compared, so we're going to use louder, just adding an ER. Number 8, the roadrunner runs the blank of any bird in the desert. Well, we've got the word fast, we've got roadrunner compared to all other birds in the desert, so this would be fastest. Now please continue working on this same concept on the back of your page. Then when you move on to reading class today, you're going to just be using your workbook, not going to be reading from the book today. You're going to be working on your family tree on page 227. You're going to get to interview one of your family members. You could talk to your mom or your dad, or even an aunt or uncle or a grandparent would be able to help you complete this activity. You're going to research about your family or about one of your ancestors if you want to get really into it. And you're going to create a family tree that has at least 3 generations. So you could put yourself at the bottom of the family tree, then your parent, and then your grandparents at the top of the family tree. So you're going to need to find out your mom and dad's names, your mom and dad's birth dates, your grandparents' names and their birth dates, and see how much of your family tree you can fill in and get completed on page 227. There's a checklist at the bottom to make sure you're getting all the different pieces that you need to include on your family tree. Then on page 228, you have a blank page right here to fill in. I want you to draw what your family tree would look like. Remember putting yourself and your siblings here at the bottom, your parents in the middle, and then grandparents would be up here at the top, filling in all the information from the previous page that you collected. Then for spelling class today, you're going to take a spelling test. So you're going to need to go to spellingcity.com and take the test there on Spelling City, and then let me know on Class Dojo what score you got on your spelling test for this week.